Hello everyone, did you know that you can order all the 1825 nuances available with the RAL Design System Plus also as separate DIN A4 sheets? Well, now you know. And I would say that they are extremely handy if you're working on architectural projects, but also on any other project that is larger scale. Because with the DIN A4 sample size, you can really accurately gauge how a color will look once it's bigger. I have hung up two examples for you in the background. They are two of the colors we had selected for RAL Color Feeling 2022 Plus. The other 13 colors I have here as an example. And I have to say that it's really, with this sample size, it really helps you to not have to paint or spray a product in a certain color for a first impression. So for instance, I have selected RAL Light Violet for the wall that I have painted behind me. And before I actually painted it, I was already certain that this would be the right color I'm looking for, because I had observed it in different lighting conditions on various days from sunny to overcast, and I was also happy with how the color interacted with the artificial light sources I have in the room, how it looks in candlelight, and so on. I would say that it's smart to use tape that's easy to peel off. Normally I would use a transparent one, but for you to just see how simple it is to actually mount it, I have used a more colorful one. Like I said, really place it in different areas of the room so that you know how it will look, if you're actually happy with the color in all areas and not just close to the window, or how, for instance, a color will look when you paint the ceiling with it. This is actually something where the appearance of color can change quite dramatically. Another brilliant option to work with the DIN A4 size is not just to select the exact nuances that you want to work for, but also to gauge how their appearance will change depending on how much of each of the nuances that you want to combine with each other. The DIN A4 are also brilliant for mood boarding and material collages, material overviews. I think the ones of you working in the creative industries probably know how it is that sometimes we create the mood board, but it's not actually that representative of the atmosphere that we want to portray, because a lot of the times the more decorative sample sizes are just a bit too big for the overall impression. But in many projects, the actual plain surfaces will take up much more space. And so the DIN A4 size is really good and really handy to be much more representative of the actual result that you will have afterwards. And in case you need it smaller, you just simply cut it down. As said before, you can order each of the sheets for any of the nuances that you want from the RAL Design System Plus. They're always available. All you need to do is go on the website, go to the shop, have a look at RAL Design System Plus, check the DIN A4 sample sizes, hop into the hue that you want, and within that you find all the nuances available for that hue. To sum it up, I think this is really an indispensable tool for anyone working in architecture and product design, because with the DIN A4 sheets you get a really good and informed decision-making tool that's reusable. You can always use it in case you are working on several mood boards at the same time, or if you just want to send it to your client as a beautiful little surprise that helps them with the decision-making process. It's also something that helps to protect resources, because often it's actually decided already that a certain nuance will not make it, so then you don't have to paint something that's actually then afterwards not used. And in many cases, it's also possible to make a good and well-informed decision without having to make any kind of rendering. So it's a really low investment and still extremely informative to help you gauge which nuance is the best for the project that you're working on, and it will not only help you in your own decision making, but also it's a beautiful tool that helps you interact with your client and give them a good impression of what result they can be expecting.